Hello and welcome. Today we're going to carry on with the Old Town. And yes, I am wearing 1, 2, 3, 4 different layers because it is that fresh up here today. And if the stream cuts short, there is a big sort of storm thing on the way, which is fun. And at the moment, the rain is smashing off the roof. So we have got to this point. We are at step 172 and we are about to add this bit on to the actual build itself. So before I get carried away, we'll show you what we have done so far. And I know this is an awkward time. I've gone a little bit earlier just because, well, I didn't want not to. So we've got all the detailing on the outside of this. That's the bit that we're building up at the end of the last live stream with all of the water cooler and everything like that. And going by the instructions, this piece just sits in on that bit and then we go from there. So that should be, hopefully, all going well, easy enough. Now, if you are watching this on the replay, there's a poll running. There's always a poll running. Quite simply, what are you most excited about this year? Are you now more excited about the Bricklink Designer Program, the Smart Brick, Superhero Sets, Zelda, Pokemon? Get your votes in, see what's what. Wait for the notifications to go out in a little bit, but people are still at work this time in the UK, so I would imagine people start chit-chatting a little bit later on. So, as always, what we'll do is we will get the PDF back up for the Ninjago set. I have got the Lego background, so if you've had any deliveries or anything come in, then of course please let me know what it is. There's no new sets being added as of yet. The countdown for the Smart Brick is still underway, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens with regards to that. Everybody that's liked the video so far as well, thank you very much indeed. So we have got lots of bags left. We're on what, we 16? I think we're on bag 16 at the moment. He says he starts choking on his own throat. So, yeah, we're on step 172. We're going to add this bit in. Where are we? So this bit's on the flap, just on the side. And it should go in. Oh, it looks like it goes in at the angle. Just like that. Beautiful. So, yeah, that is lovely, lovely. So I'll just add the other few bits that need to be added to that. And then we are good. So I'll show you what this is all about. But yeah, we're not too far away from starting bag number 17. If you've got anything ordered, anything on the way, if you're questioning life at this very moment in time, let me know. So the people are voting for the poll at the moment. Bricklink, Smart Brick, and Zelda all have a vote. So yeah, I think it's going to be interesting with regards to that kind of thing. I am intrigued though to what superhero stuff is going to be coming out later on this year with regards to DC and Marvel. Are we actually going to get a larger set or not? Just because of how the movies are going to be working this year, and of course, well, with the rumors of certain things being retired, it's not exactly the most ideal of scenarios for DC, to be honest with. I thought Arkham was selling very, very well and everything else like that. But we will wait and see what happens. Right, let's get all of these bits lined up. And then we should be good to go. There we go. That is that there. We go there. Magic. Magic, 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 yeah. Right, 50% now for the Bricklink Designer Program as well. So yeah, there's some good things coming from the Bricklink Designer Program this year. There's obviously lots and lots of stuff to look forward to, which is always nice. So it is literally just a case of wait and see what happens with regards to the future designs. We've already seen the is it 7 that they've just done? So we know what's going to be coming out with all of those different bits, and it's just a case now of holding fire, because I don't know who is going to be getting what. I am tempted by that big boat, to be quite honest. The more I look at it, the more I think it would actually work perfectly in my very, very weird and wonderful Star Trek idea that I have, which, well, it's always an odd thing. So we are now opening up bag 17. I've got all the sticker sheets just beside me. This thing is actually packed of detail as well. So you do get some rather good looking minifigures. That's the truth about all of this. And every single one of these are bite-sized chunks as well. So you've got one small bag, one bigger bag. That head is rolling off. And then, of course, with the smaller bag, they'll always add in the rest of the minifigure. So you've got to open up both. Normally they do. Right, so we have got head. There it is. Torso. Massive hairpiece. The print on this is very nice. There's the legs. What's she got? Some weapon. Don't know if I can't even remember who this character is supposed to be, to be honest. I'm assuming this is from series in hand. It does look rather smart, so that's always nice to see. And all the print on all of these have been very, very good indeed. So yeah, the printing aspect of everything on all these minifigures is fantastic. Right, get the PDF back up and carry on. Go. So what are we starting at? 175. So yeah, packed detail. It is a very, very nice build so far. And of course, what I'll do is once this is done up, I will we'll start on the other set that I've got left to build, which is the blacksmith. And of course, this set to my left-hand side is already built, and then they'll all get placed at the same time because we're going to have a 15th anniversary section in the theme park, which is going to be good. But that rain on the roof is ridiculous. So hopefully everybody is all right outside. But there've been plenty of warnings in place. We have been waiting for this to arrive for the last 2 or 3 days. So we'll see. We will see what happens. But every single thing that you do within this set, everything is layered up. So you can see with regards to the instructions, hence why I'm sharing them with you. There is just tons and tons and tons of details with all of these stuff. And then they've used all of the little flower pieces and all the petals and everything really nicely as well. So yeah, it's this has a lot more detail than I thought it was going to have with regards to how you build all these sections, up. What are we, 118? But, yeah, and they've started to do that more, where they've been leaving gaps. So you can see 179, they've left a stud gap. And then 180, you've got the bit that goes across. They've started to do that in more and more different bits. That actually looks very effective, to be honest. It's something I've never ever thought of doing. But then it gets covered up, so you can't actually see it anyway. But in some of the actual architecture bits around the outside of the building, they've done that on the inside, and again, it looks smart. A bit like I said before, like they did with the Winter Chalet. So that's a nice little thing because that build was fantastic, as is this one. But I'm assuming we are going to be clipping these little bits and pieces too. Now, what I do at the end of this bag, I'm just going to jump onto the Lego website and just see if there is anything new on there. I don't think there is. I know it's all about the smart brick, and the smart brick is on the countdown. I don't think they've added anything else, but I will just double check before somebody says to me, have you seen the new bit? We've all seen the pictures of the Star Wars stuff, and I think they're just letting obviously they were all officially announced at the actual show, so you've got loads and loads of the smart brick stuff, and then of course in follows all of the images for the non-smart brick stuff at the same time. So I don't know, they were official or leaked or whatnot. So if you're a Star Wars fan, you've got bigger sets, smaller sets, and all sorts of stuff to be messing around with, which is always exciting. But I think it's going to be quite expensive if you're into wanting to collect all of those, because, well, it is not the cheapest of things to do. Oh, right. Mr. Step. Mr. Step, looking at that then. How does that work? Right, that goes there. That goes there. They plonk in. That rain is heavy. Right, we are 187. Oh. I don't know if anybody obviously watching this back on the replay, let us know if you've managed to get any of your Ninjago sets delivered yet, or if you've actually picked up any of the 15th anniversary stuff, because well, there's a lot of choices to pick from. That's supposed to go in the middle. I think it is. The only thing is they haven't put the Ninjago language on here, so you have to download the Ninjago City movie stuff and then try and decipher the bits and pieces on there. But we tried it before, and the letters and the flicks and everything were all ever so slightly different. So not the most of ideal scenarios, that's for sure. But when it does come to the actual little review thing, I will do my best to see if I can find any of these bits. But I don't know how I'm going to do the comparison stuff, because this is such a different shape. Because the monastery set it will go with, because obviously that's a big circle as well, which is what that's the front of. And sometimes it's a monastery of the Masters of Spinjitzu, isn't it? It's from the really nice big sort of white circular building with the red bits and pieces on. That does look very effective. I actually looked for that, and that's actually more expensive than I thought it was going to be. I thought you might be able to pick that up. I didn't think many people would be after it, but there's not that many available, so it doesn't exactly help the cause. Where's this going? Help, I'll put that on the right side. There we go. That one. That one. Right, so you can see you've got all of the posty bits and everything. Where is that supposed to go? Assuming it's there. That letter's way down. So it's a bit deceiving when they've got that letter. That didn't get placed there, did it? I'm not being stupid or missed something. I mean, I'm stupid, but I don't know if I've missed anything. No, that letter's been there the whole time. Yeah, it's on the table from underneath. The depth of that, there's no need to put that envelope in, which is on the ground level. So they always end up throwing a curveball in these sets, don't they? But the nice thing is about the bags that we're doing so far, they're all relatively large pieces, which is quite nice. So the last few bags have been really small, fiddly bits. And this hasn't, he says, been too horrendous. But now I can't actually see what's supposed to be overhanging or not. Because clearly something is in the wrong place, which is standard. It's literally the bit I've just put on. Where does that go? Right, so bring that bit back. That's thrown me because all of that looks like it's lined up, but not sure how or why that is not in the correct place. I could just leave it, but I don't think you're going to see it, but it's just going to annoy me. Because that bit there is that white bit there. And that's 3 studs. That's 3 studs showing, which is 3 studs showing. So then when you go down to the next bit. What's going on with this? My brain is literally starting to dribble because if you've got 3 studs from the end, how have you got an overhang? Am I going mad? 3 studs. That's 3 big, so it's not going to overhang the end of it. So I have no idea. We will just keep going, and then we'll figure out if that's supposed to be, if that is overhanging or isn't overhanging. I've got a clue. The grey one is, and I can't even tell. I'll just pretend. I'll pretend I know what I'm doing, and we'll keep plodding on. So we are on step 193 is what we are on at the moment. And we are adding in all of these smaller bits. So yeah, it's a good mix of big and small stuff. You can see what I mean about how quickly you can get through the pieces. So all right. We want 2 studs of the white showing. There we go. Perfect. Oh, it's not overhanging there. Look, see? That brown isn't overhanging. The blue just made it look like it was. Shocking. Get my eyes tested. But again, you've got all of this detail on all of this smaller paneling, which is very, very impressive. And I will try and get another handful of bags done. Where are we? How are we? Didn't get it early. I just went to the store. So yeah, I've managed to because I went to the Lego store. Let me stop sharing this and I'll show you. So we've already built this up. So that's already done. So that's a real nice build. And then of course like I said, you've just seen we're on 17 on this. So this is a gorgeous looking thing. And then I've got the blacksmith just over there, which we'll be building next. But I went to the Lego store on January the 2nd and just picked it up because I know it went on. I know a lot of people are waiting for their orders to come in, but it was easily available in the Lego store. So I just managed to walk in, pick it up, come back and carry on. So yeah, all nice and big thing. And this one. So yeah, they're still saying they're out of stock. They're just playing catch up. So that's the other one that was picked up. So this one works out to be okay. But hopefully it'll come in stock quick enough for everybody else, and then you can pick up the sets that it is that you want. And then yeah, the other one's still not available either, is it? So, but no, I was just lucky enough to walk into store, pick them all up on January the 2nd. I think I picked them up. It wasn't January the 1st. It was just January the 2nd. Went in there, picked them up, and yeah, it was no problem whatsoever. I go by newest. All 3 of the 15th anniversary should be side by side. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, both of those are out. So I've got both of them. The one that one's built. That one will be built, and of course we're building the one up top. So I picked up all. That's all I picked up. I picked up all 3 15th anniversary bits and pieces. So yeah, it's pretty cool to be able to just plod off. No rush to it, but no, I didn't get it early. It'd be nice if I got it early, but no, I didn't get it early. But we're lucky over in the UK because the stores aren't a huge driving distance, which is good. Because I think further afield, some of the Lego stores are really, really very far away. So over here, it's not as bad. Where are we with this? But no, they do keep you on your toes with the instructions, that's for sure. I don't know if that blue line is doing any favors or not. Because again, you think that's overhanging, but it isn't, is it? Because there's no gap the other end. So we'll get used to it. I've only been doing it for a few hours, so surely I should have learned by now. But I say it again, I apologise in the background if the rain on the roof is getting louder and louder, because it's getting extremely heavy, and it is rather cold as well. So I've gone on at a really awkward time in the UK because nobody is at home yet. I got back from work earlier, so I thought, right, I'll just crack on and see what happens. But yeah, the normal lot of people won't start turning up for probably another 45 minutes. So it gives me the opportunity to tuck into this and see how much I can actually get done. But I would like to try and get this reviewed. Actually, to be fair, there's no rush. I'm enjoying building it too much, so I can't. It'll be sometime next week, I would imagine this will be reviewed. If I do a long build tomorrow and a long one on Saturday, might be all right. Depending on what floods, of course. Because if that all starts to flood, then it'll be a different ball game whatsoever. But again, you can see all of this amazing detail. And wherever you are and whatever you're going to be building, or so I had a couple of messages of people getting their sets delivered, and the deliveries are all starting to come in. The people that pre-ordered these sets, theirs have already arrived as well, which is good, because I always did wonder how much more effective the pre-order stuff was, and seems to be people seem to be quite happy with it. Well, that doesn't fit. That should overhang that bit, and that bit goes there, but it can't, because that bit's in the way. Is that where it goes? I honestly cannot make heads or tails of what way this instruction's supposed to go. So I am sure I counted a 3-stud gap on the other end, but clearly not. Another 2. But no, there's lots and lots of detail on this. You can see you've got all the lily pads and everything on the outside, and they've got all their little bits and pieces sticking through, which looks great as well. The spare. I've actually just realised I've missed standard. That keep it locked into place nicely. But even the yellow on the yellow looks extremely effective on the trees as well, so which is nice. But you've got all of these pieces up at top. But there is one problem on the Lego website. The 3rd instruction booklet is still missing. So if that's not uploaded by Saturday, I'll have to... Ultra Bricks, how are we? So I went on early because of the weather. So I thought I'll just jump on early and then just see exactly what's what. And we'll just wait for people to turn up. It just allows me to crack on and build everything this evening. So has any of your sets arrived, Ultra Bricks? Are you still waiting? And hopefully you're not getting any horrendous weather around by you. This way, it's pouring down. So we haven't had the snow. It sounds like on the roof. It is supposed to get a little bit colder. So it comes down at this pace, then we're going to be in a bit of trouble for a few hours. The roads aren't going to be fun, but I'm here, so it's okay. So we are on bag number 18, and we still have got a ton of stickers as well. So there's still to go on this set. You've got all of those. You got all of those. And you got all of those. So there are loads and loads of stickers still to go. So hopefully we can tuck into all of those. Still waiting on the krill. Yeah, you got stuck with yours, didn't you, with your 80-day back order that it was on. Well, at least it officially said it was on back order. What I'm amazed by is the amount of them that are available already, like they're sealed, where everybody's like, oh, I bought 2 by mistake. Like the descriptions that people, it's like, you just bought 2 for the giveaway and you just saw the giveaway, now you can't get the house back. So they're going to get stuck with it, because what's going to happen is the Krill house obviously eventually is going to go to Smith's. If the Krill house goes to Smith and it drops down in price, well, they're not going to get their money back, are they? So people that thought it'd be a good idea to get 2 of them, if they don't sell them quickly enough, they're going to be stuck. So that's going to be an interesting one. Yeah, we got a lot of. It's just in the last sort of hour got very, very heavy with the rain, and we do this like the next 4 or 5 hours. But I thought I can get an extra half-hour of building time in, which is always good. Yeah, build's really good. Yeah, the build's really, really good. It's so much detail. As you can see, we're about to start bag number 18. And yeah, it's a really nice looking thing. And of course, well, all of that, we don't know anything else about the smart brick sets as of yet, because that countdown is still on. So with regards to actual Lego news, this has to be the longest they haven't actually uploaded a new Lego set. Obviously, all of the Star Wars stuff will more than likely be coming on the Lego website sooner rather than later, but they just seem to be enjoying their smart brick countdown. So whatever that smart brick countdown will relate to, but I have been watching loads and different videos about it, and it's going to be so good for the little ones, because they are sort of very interactive as well, aren't they? Because have you seen the video with all the ducks? And then you've got the big duck leading the small ducks, and vice versa, and how they all start talking to each other. So, yeah, they're very, very smart with that kind of things. They're not just going to be making noises. They've almost got humour, is what they said. So, it seems to be all the clever videos started to come out a little bit later on, rather than straight away. So it just took about 24 hours for all that kind of stuff to come out. I don't think it's meant to be aimed at adults. I think it's going to be perfect for the little ones. And it does give you the opportunity to add stuff to your sets if you want to. But yeah, we'll see how all of that unfolds as we go. So yeah, it'd be interesting. I think if they can shift the units, it's going to be great for the little ones, I think. I don't think they're going to be putting it in 16 plus sets. I don't think they're going to be in maybe 12 plus sets. I think they'll aim it to a certain market. And when more information about what they can actually do comes out, but I think, well, we all knew it was going to happen. People started to kick off about how bad the Star Wars wave looks, and you got obviously all the Star Wars collectors not read, because it says on the edge of the box, doesn't it? What is it, 5, 7, and 9? I think they were. And then 2 days later, all the other rumors came out about the bigger, more expensive sets and everything. Everybody was happy again. So if they're going to do it as like a new subline, it'll be very, very interesting to see what they do. But they've always had problems with doing stuff like with the hidden sides and all that kind of thing. It just never really took off. So if it adds a huge amount of playability for little teeny tiny ones, you can't really go wrong with it, as long as they don't try and force it into the, because I wouldn't want like a UCS Star Wars set, for example, to have it. The big question is, though, like, we know that the stuff's there's a countdown that finishes tomorrow, I do believe, but is there going to be exclusive tiles to certain sets? So if you've got something that will do X amount of songs, whatever, like say for example the Cantina, can you do the Cantina chip, and I can put it in my UCS Cantina set if I wanted to? I wouldn't, But are they going to give you that ability, or are you going to have to buy the smaller set because that chip is exclusive to that set, which then means it's going to be great for people that have a Bricklink store, because that's another thing that they can sell at a different price. But I think we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that kind of thing. But no, I will live that through others, because I have got no use really for it. So yeah, we'll see what the future holds for that. There. Oh, hang on. Happy day. Oh, actually, is this? No. Got a bit excited then. Oh, is it that way? Which way does this go? Is it there? I can't see where it's supposed to go. I've got a flap on the side of this, and it's not. Oh, it goes over there, does it? At the back. I angle that. By being an idiot. I mean, obvious. It's an obvious yes. Does it go, oh, it goes that way. I am being an idiot. That's really difficult to see. You look at the very, 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 very back. You've got two little bits. So what this is now to do, sort of big old curve, is it's now starting to do that. So I still don't know how this is going to be a straight line, because I don't know which way this is going to go. So that's straight enough, but that clearly isn't. So do I have no hope in hell of getting this straight? 1336, good afternoon to you. Hopefully you are good. Thank you very much indeed, by the way. Hopefully you're all right. If you're a Ninjago fan, let us know what your favorite Ninjago set is, and I can see if I can find that on the Lego website. Yeah, that I stayed away from that because it was just the price of it. That's what it was. I just thought, no, it's not. Because they've done it in Soundwave as well, haven't they? Soundwave has the they have the sound brick in it, but it's quite an expensive thing. Ah, the Merge Dragon. Merge. Ah, I don't think that's on the Lego website. Do you know what the number is? Do you know what the SKU number is? No. For me, no. No, so I've got I've got all the instructions here, so that's all right. But it just booklet number 3 isn't on the website. So when I get to it, I can't share it with you like I am at the moment. So I'll just have to do it the old school way and just make it up as I go along, really. Right, I've got a load of her dragon. Oh, Naya's Rising Dragon. Is it the 71802? That might be it. Let's see if this is it. That's Kai. We don't want Kai. 71802. 71802. So I've got the Rising Strike Dragon, but I don't know if this is the one, because I can't find that set name. The one that popped up, but I don't know if that's it. So there's no. But this is a cool looking thing. I do like the minifigures it come with, and obviously she's in her dragon form, isn't she, as well, for the thing. If it has Ultra Bricks, let me know, because I've heard a couple of people have said to me, "Oh, I think I've seen the last set," and then they couldn't find it again. And I was like, oh no, because I don't know what the set actually is. I don't know if it's a building or because there's more coming in the wave, obviously next, but I don't know when that actual wave is going to be. There's one more biggish set at like 2,000 pieces. So I'm assuming that that is going to be like a bounty size thing. But because we don't know what is from the Rising Dragons Series 4 show, and there's only one 15th anniversary left, I haven't got a clue what it's gonna be. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that. I am just plodding on. There's literally no points to any of these streams at all. So don't worry. There's no markers. There's no nothing. This is literally just the build. So the instructions that are in front of you. We're on step 215, booklet number 2, bag number 18. So yeah, there's nothing that drastic. You haven't missed too much because we do live build streams like this, and then what we'll do is we'll do the like research streams and stuff as well, like later on in the evening. But normally what I get everybody to do is obviously take part in the poll. And then as I'm building, struggling and dribbling, trying to put these stickers on straight, you guys and girls let me know what sets it is you want to look at. I'll get them up on the Lego website. And then you guys can have a look at the minifigures and all the other little bits and pieces. But with regards to where we are set at the moment, obviously you can see step 15, but this is the second booklet. So this is the second half. Very, very, very pretty. Loads and loads of detail on this. So that's the second bit. The first bit was this bit, which is also huge. It's skinny, mind. It's a skinny thing, but you can see it's designed to either be circular or straight. This thing was done a couple of streams back, and this is beautiful. So if you've ordered this one, the minifigures on this are outstanding. And then once this is done, we will do the blacksmith. So that's it. There's no method to the there's just no method to the madness. So don't panic yourself. But yeah, with regards to the Ultra Bricks comment, I don't know, because Sean said to me he knows of what he thought he saw something on his stream, went to send me the link and it disappeared. So I actually don't know about it because I've been wondering what is it going to be, because I'm hoping it's a building and it's not a vehicle, because we've got a mech, but I would like it not to be a vehicle. And I don't think it would be a dragon, because everything's Series 4 is from, obviously, the dragons. I mean, they could do it, and they could redo, like a dragon stable would be pretty cool, because they haven't really done a big dragon stable before. But yeah, I don't know what it is they're thinking, I think they're doing. It's annoying because I would like to know. I really would like to know. But if anybody knows what the set, including the last minifigure, is going to be, let me know. Let me know, because I'm surprised that this isn't the last set. I thought what I'm building now would have been the last one, because it's obviously the biggest, and they would have started off with maybe some of the smaller sets and just got a little bit bigger and kept this one a little bit more quiet, because obviously this set went up directly against the Stranger Things, and of course it went up against the new modular, so they could have just held fire on this until March, like they're doing with the mech, and maybe brought this down instead of the mech. But clearly they have plans, and it kind of puts a little bit of pressure on the set that hasn't yet come out, because we know we are missing one. And I can't even think of what minifigure it's going to be either. They're going to have to do something quite special. I mean, I hope they do. They probably won't. They'll be like, oh no, we didn't really think it through. We just gave you this and didn't think anything of it. Good Lord, that is strong. Yeah, so we'll just have to wait and see, basically. Wait and see what happens. And if you know what it is, let me know. That is that way, and that goes there. And that goes that way. Yeah, packed. I keep saying this, but it really is lots and lots of detail in this. I mean, you can just see like how they're putting these curves together. I mean, it is very, very, very special with regards to how this is all coming together. Oh yeah, Tim, I've got one, and then I've got another one on. I got another one on, and then I've got like a thermal top on. It's fresh. I've got 2 pairs of socks on as well. It's cold up here, but that rain is battering everything. But it's now supposed to be light snow and rain, so it's only 3 degrees at the moment and getting colder. So yeah, we'll just see how long this lasts for, and just keep going. But yeah, if you guys and girls are building anything, doing anything, let me know. Let me know what it is let me know what it is you're doing. Obviously, the poll running in the background. What's everybody more excited about at the moment? It's Bricklink and Smart Brick are drawing. Zelda Pokemon is third. Superhero Stuff, because I don't think we know anything about hero stuff, is coming in at the rear at the moment. But no, this is pretty cool, to be honest. I think I've missed it. As always, I think I've missed an actual step, as you do. Yes, I have. Yeah. There it is. I actually missed the first piece it's supposed to be stood on. We have to start off with the letterbox, which isn't ideal. Right, that's all of that. There we go. And that just sits on the corner. Still not liking how wonky this is going to be, but as long as it fits in front of my roller coaster, that would be fine. But yes, Tim, fresh is the word. Everybody that's liked the video as well, thank you very much indeed. But yeah, we are just plonking on with this. We don't actually I haven't done too bad, don't I? I don't even, no, yeah, there's going to be bag 19 coming, so we'll get that done, no problem. And then more than likely it'll start to slow down a little bit when I start to scour the web for everybody. But no, this really is a very, very nice, very, very nice detailed build, which is good. They do spoilers with Ninjago. The problem is you come off an Ninjago build and nothing else really lives up. I've been quite spoiled with the stuff that I've done recently, so I feel sorry for whatever set I randomly do next. Yeah, you've got all these little golden petal bits going up on top. And then, yeah, because this is the thing that is confusing me a little bit, where you got all these pins. Because I thought this would have been the bit where you could either have it as a circle or open it. But it doesn't seem to be doing any favors for me whatsoever, because you are literally locking it into place. So yeah, this could be a bit of a disaster to the start of the year if it's got to fit. They couldn't have made the photos that unwonky. So I have faith it should be fine. There'll be some sort of trick that they can do, as long as it doesn't involve me taking half of this apart again. We should be all right. I mean, I could just look at the 4th booklet and see exactly what it's all about, but I think the panic is just more fun. And then be like, oh yeah, that's simple. Didn't think of that. All right, Ultra Bricks. Yeah, so this is the thing. People can't find it now. I've heard a couple of people say, "Oh, have I seen it?" I didn't see it. It was a couple of days ago, supposedly. Yeah, let us know you see it, Ultra Bricks, because I don't know if it's the 15th anniversary. If it is, all I want to know is it another building and what the brick count is. Because going by the retiring list of stuff and what sets are coming out, there's quite a few Ninjago sets still to come out, isn't there? So let's have a look. Let's see if I can find the actual list, shall we? Because it's through Brick Fanatics, isn't it? They were the one that had the list. I'm just hoping that it's not in the just reading some stuff in the background. I'm just hoping that it's not right. What did it say on here? Going to be in like yeah, so we've got the Old Town be the most expensive. Weapon Blacksmith, we know about those. There's just 3. They're all temporary out of stock. Yeah, we know all about that. That's the mech, which we know about. It's all currently available until 2027. Oh, Duck Bricks had an interview with him. Oh, where's the list? So many adverts. Here we go. Right, so it's a great website though. So if we look at Ninjago, Ninjago 2026, we know that there's quite a few sets. So we've got all of those on the 1st of January. And the rest, we've got one in March, which is the Titan mech. So we know the Titan mech's coming out in March. The rest is supposed to be June. Oh, it's a land bounty. Oh, we got another bounty coming, but it's not a boat. So I wonder if the 15th anniversary set is going to be this one, which is 2,100 pieces. But they're all coming out in May. So they're going up against Star Wars. So they always seem to do Ninjago stuff against some of the other bigger bits and pieces. But you can see nothing's been confirmed about anything. We don't know what anything is. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10 sets, but one of them has to be the 15th anniversary. So yeah, I don't know what it will be. The fact that that's going to be a land bounty means I'm assuming that's series 4, which would make sense. They're not going to do a 15th anniversary land bounty because I don't know how well they sell. A boat, instead of it being a flying ship, it's just a car that they will go on as well. Might come with a load of minifigures, but compared to the actual bounty that's going to retire, is half the brick count. So yeah, I really do not know. I really, really do not know with that. I built Rivendell. I've not built Rivendell yet, but I've heard that that's widely regarded as the best building experience of any set. It's yeah, it's up there. It is up there, but that's in, I would say, in modern. I don't know. So the problem is that they've got the legacy range, which is they underneath the legacy range is so you're going to have a lot of Rising Dragon stuff on that list. There'll be other legacy stuff as well. It's not just going to be 15th anniversary stuff that they're going to do. They can't have that many 15th anniversary, that many Rising Dragon stuff from the second half from series 4 because loads of it's out already. Because if you look like at what's out already, you've got all of those sets that are out, and there's only 3 of those at 15th anniversary. And there's one more. There's one extra. There's the mech is there, but that's not out until March. So you've got all of these. So you've got what 2 in June, and the rest are in May. So yeah, they've just got them staggered. So yeah, I do not know when it's happening, what is happening, and I'd like to know. So I don't know. There can only be one more 15th anniversary. But I would think that the bounty might be from Series 4, the Rising Dragon show. Maybe, because they tend to bounty every single year. And they sort of they hop between the different sort of the different modes of transportation, as you do, because of course they can make as many sets as they possibly can think of that way. But the actual bounty is my one. Unless this is a really good looking bounty, then I won't bother at all. But yeah, we just have to hope, basically. We will just have to hope. Did not want to do that. I've got it. Not the easiest colour to see. There we go. But again, just with little bits like this that just get added on. It's just layers upon layers upon layers of stuff. Little wedge. One of these. Now, because the weather is really bad today, that only means one thing. Sean might have gone out and got himself some Lego today, because every time he goes out on a road trip, we have really bad weather. So I don't know if we can blame him. I'll be asking questions later on. So I don't think I don't think I'm going to do an evening live stream later, because I don't know what we can actually talk about with regards to newer bits and pieces. So there might be something. Good evening, Brickford. How are we? Yeah, I just said to everybody, got on early, just doing a build, and I don't know if I'll do a live stream later on. I could do, but I don't know what to cover. So if you guys and girls got any ideas, I can easily go back on at sort of 8 o'clock for an hour. Yeah, so excuse me, I've got the Mario Kart and I've got Bowser, and I wasn't too sure whether to sell them. I'm looking at them right now. This is a question from Ultra Brick saying it's a bit disappointing the big Mario Kart, Luigi Kart this year. Yeah, that's it. So the X1, the Ninja Charger would just be like a small little car that'll have maybe like 2 minifigures in. But if it's a bounty, it'll have a handful of them. But because it's a land bounty, it's just like a bigger vehicle. So obviously you've seen the big boat bounty that I did. They always call them bounties, but there is a different bounty in every season. So people actually collect them, and you can just you can have like 15 different bounties. So you'd have like 6 cars, 9 boats, and all that kind of thing. But yeah, Ultrabrick says, bit disappointing that Mario Kart this year. It depends. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing. I guess that could be a line that they could just carry on with, but it'd also be nice if they did maybe something else to go with it. But I don't know whether to keep mine or sell them. I don't know whether to. I don't know if I can make a go-kart track. I could. I could go down that route, but I don't know. No, Brickford, I don't. So the only Ninjago sets that I've got, it's all of the big modulars. Because I wanted to create a city, but they do so many like little vehicles and all the little bits. I don't have them. I've got the bigger sets, and now I'm going to be selective with the dragons. But I've never got any of like the more play stuff. If that makes sense. But there's so many. Like I could have the whole of this room could have just been a Ninjago one. I would have liked the monastery. There's a Masters of Spinjitzu monastery that they've done, which was from like the first or second season. That would be pretty cool to have, because that's quite an important bit. But that's what this is based on. That's what this thing's based on. I've watched all the shows and I know a lot of history about it, and obviously all the theme park rides and all that kind of thing. But no, with the sets, I mean, there's like probably 30, 40 dragons, more than likely, if you wanted to. But I just don't have this space, and I'm doing it from a theme park perspective, so it wouldn't really work. But yeah, Ultra Brick says I've got all the other 18 plus Mario sets. Great range. Good evening, Ultra. Good evening, Brickford. There we go. So yeah, I don't know whether to go on later on. If I do, what do we cover? Or just wait until the count. Because what is the countdown doing? It is tomorrow, isn't it? Because they're going to have to dump all the new sets tomorrow. 20 hours. Yeah, tomorrow. So tomorrow evening, we'll be talking about this with regards to the pricing structure and all the other little bits and pieces. But I just don't know what there is for tonight, because I thought they would have added some new sets on, but they haven't yet. So I don't know. But no, I do obviously do like the Ninjago bits and pieces, and there is some stuff that I would. There's some buildings that I would like to pick up, because they've done more buildings than I thought they did. Like obviously the blacksmith is a redo, but they did do like a dragon blacksmith as well, slightly different to that, where they had the fire and ice dragon, where you sort of went down a trip down history lane. So those kind of things would now work with the smaller buildings. But the fact that you get you probably get like 4 or 5 vehicles per series and all that kind of thing, and they range from 15, 20 quid all the way up to 75. I just don't have the use for them. So I've got the 15th anniversary. I'm all in on the 15th anniversary because I think it's a special thing. But like all the mechs and things that they do, like I just don't have a use for them. And like these vehicles look great, but I just don't have a use. I'd rather go for the bigger buildings and make dioramas up with them. But all of the other stuff, this I do want, because I think this looks great. But no, all of the other little, you can see how many there are. You've got the battle packs, you've got the mechs, you've got the spinners, and you've got the other vehicles. Look, so they always do combat vehicles. That's a 3-in-1, where you've got 3 different ninjas fighting in it. It comes together. You've got the big ultra mechs and things, and it's just more cars. Again, price ranges from $8.99 onwards. And I can't utilize them in a theme park. Whereas the buildings I can use as a backdrop. Whereas all of this, the dragons also I can do as a roller coaster, but I can't really use the other stuff. But they have, like I said, done much more buildings. And I've been looking at a lot more things. They have done some really cool bits. That's my grail, the Air Jitsu set. That's the one I really, really need to backtrack. But yeah, the rest of them are basically all like playset stuff, which look great. But I think it's just a slippery slope, isn't it? I mean, you've got the Temple of Resurrection and things like that. They look nice, and like they could be used. Like the Rising Dragon, it's like a core thing. There was an episode because I'm rewatching the Rising Dragons again just to make sure I don't miss out on any sets that are currently out. And there's a set from Ninjago that I'd actually work with the Treehouse. She will. I am, Ryan. I am. So what I've done, I'll give you a full. I thought you'd gone out for a leaf. So I have got my jacket on, with my thickest hoodie on, with a t-shirt on, with a super long sleeved thermal top on. Then I have a pair of trousers on with a pair of shorts underneath and underwear and 2 pairs of socks. So yes, it's a bit fresh. Yeah, I think you're going to. Well, luckily for me, I've got the Lord of the Rings stuff. So it's quite nice to focus on just the one thing, space for all the other little bits and pieces. I'm quite liking the fact that I can be like, I'm just going to get this, like, just get one thing at a time. No, that's it, Ryan. I'm not. There's a reason why I'm not standing up as well. But yeah, it is nice to sort of just plod on with and do. But there's just too many mechs, too many vehicles that I just wouldn't utilize and use. The builds would be good, don't get me wrong, and having the minifigures and things would be great, but I couldn't utilize it, so it's a bit daft. But yeah, the Air Jitsu temple and the temple that's out currently that is retiring, that's the ones that I want, and the bounty, because they're the bigger sets. And then it would just be a case of getting some of the handful of dragons to go on the red roller coaster, and then yeah, just leave it be because to be honest, I could actually get away with having more than one Bounty, because the actual main ride at the Legoland Park is the Destiny's Bounty on a track. So I could actually just have one of those either end, and that could actually be the ride. So, and the fact that both of the boats that I've got, well, the boat that I've got and the boat that is available at the moment is very, very similar to the original Destiny's Bounty, which they used at the Legoland Park. So that's food for thought with regards to me obviously doing a theme park and where these things will potentially end up. But no, I have gone for my astronaut look. We've gone for, yeah, super thick up top, nothing on underneath, and just stay as warm as possible. So with 16 votes in, Bricklink and the Smart Brick are drawing, and Zelda's doing well at 25%. But I think the superhero stuff nobody cares about, because nobody knows what is going to be coming, or if anything's going to be coming at all, because we know of things retiring potentially. Oh, here we go. It's the big one. How bad am I going to get this? These stickers look quite important, to be honest. Is that upright? Yeah. Pressure. No pressure. Nice. Not bad, not bad, not bad. It's in. It's acceptable. I'm assuming that's a removable panel. Now I'm even more confused now, because I've got a double hole. You can see my confusion. Is this where you can kick it back off straight, or you put the pins in the other side to make it circle? Does anybody else know, with regards to the holding scenario, what way I'm supposed to be going? Walk like a penguin. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's just going to be a very interesting 48 hours with the weather. So, because thinking about it, actually, if I was to go live again later on, I would actually just do I carry on building, but I just build the other set, because I can't take this down. So I could actually maybe just do another build later on. If not, I won't, and I'll crack on later on. So if you guys can go as a board, we could do an hour later, and if you're not, then I won't. So, but I'm not staying up here. I know it's highly entertaining for everybody, but I've now committed to doing this up here, and it's so delicate that I'm not carrying this up and down the loft ladders, because that would just be stupid. And also, what's stupid is, where's that piece? Hello? No, that's not handy. Do you see me knock anything on the floor? Put it in the wrong place. No peeking, I'm stood up. Oh, have I put that in the wrong... Have I put the wrong thing in the wrong place, or is it still in its bag? No. No. There it is. It's upside down right in front of me. It's in front of the camera. You lot could have seen that. You lot can see it. It's just there. That's the only bit of the table that you can actually see. That is appalling behaviour. I really need to pay more attention, to be honest. I think I need to retire from building just in general. Yeah, I think that's what I need to do. Just retire. Still makes me laugh. Walking like a penguin. Walk like a penguin. Well, yeah. You got to do what you can do. You got to do what you can do. So how is everybody getting on with their builds at the moment then? Are you getting ready for the weekend? Have you got any bits and pieces on order? Ryan, have you sorted out your Willy Wonka? Yeah. Are you because has your figures actually arrived that you ordered? Your army building, your bits and pieces. And don't forget, that's a set. All jokes aside, if you do want it, it's on that retiring list. So if you want Willy Wonka, you're going to have to pick it up. Because I want to try and, once I've done, well, I'm doing what I'm doing, but what I would like to do, because I'm stupid, is create a really very weird and wonderful Star Trek scenario where it's got like all their away stuff and just like things that we think we could get away with using. So I could put the Starship Enterprise over and this whole area behind me. So D&D, Rivendell, all the haunted stuff where you got the big train going through, wrapping it round into the garden, straight, you know, all of that kind of weird and wonderful things. But I don't know what are the sets that are about at the moment that I need to consider for it. Because, yeah, I haven't got a clue, basically. I don't know what would be the sets that would be interesting to have. And I just think it'd be a really silly project. But, yeah. Awesome Brick. I have a few new sets. The Tropical... Oh, nice. Hang on. Very, very, very nice. Right, we'll start off with the Autistic Brick. Let's have a look-see. Right, I know what they are, so that's fantastic. So, because we're doing Ninjago, we'll start off with Cole's mission. So that's a real nice mech. Correct, obviously, if it's the wrong one, then to the current one, where they're in a slightly different form. Because these, I do believe, are Series 4. So Series 4, is it going to be Series 4? Yes. So Series 4 isn't even out yet. So what you've got is you've got Zane, which you haven't seen for ages. Cole and his big mech. He's always got a big mech, but you've got these cool minifigures coming back. And if you go by the box artwork, they're all going to be on different worlds or different realms, sorry, depending on what it is. But the minifigures from this do look very, very good. But it does look like the Ninjago team are now taking to the next level of a dragon form, because you can see Zane has obviously gone off on some sort of mission and he's come back as a full flying dragon. And it does look like somehow Cole has got a different weapon with the huge sword where you can see all the ghosts and stuff coming through. So yeah, hopefully you're gonna, I don't know what it is you built, but I think that's a great set. You think we'll see it? I would like to think so. I'm still saying that was my biggest mistake last year, not getting that. I should have just picked that up, because that actually would have been a perfect Christmas build between Christmas and New Year. I've got this huge idea of just being an absolute ebb of just this stuff just over here. So you've got all of that going on. you can see all the bits and pieces that are going on with the train, and it wraps around and it goes through and yada yada yada. And I haven't got the flipping Enterprise, so how can I start doing that kind of nonsense if I don't actually have the main set that I need to get? But no, with regards to Paul's mission, that's a really very, very nice looking set of artistic brick. So congratulations on that. You also have got the Spider-Man mini figure series pack. Oh, the CMF, the Spider-Man CMF. I think that's what you mean. So that's good. But the toucan, the tropical toucan, is it going to pop up? There it is. I think that's the one. That also is a really nice looking set. I like that. He's got his big watermelon on the front. It's got his claws. And I like 3-in-1 sets because you can obviously build them up 3 different ways. So they do 3-in-1 roller coaster stuff, like theme park stuff, which they've done back in the day. But no, that's a nice looking set as well. So hopefully you build on them, or you're going to enjoy the builds on them. Yes, it will be. It will be. So again, everybody get involved in the chat. But hello, chat. Does anybody know if the upscale Santa will be available next Christmas? It's still on back order. I want to build it for next year. You will have no problem with that whatsoever. Debunk Do. What a cool name that is. I abbreviate everybody's name. So you're going to be Pink Do. That would be much easier for me. But yeah, the Santa, the upscale Santa, it will be. So this thing just here, depending on where you are around the world, will have a obviously different back order date. But at the moment, is this still a back order in the UK? It is. It's not going to be too far away. So 23rd of January. So you might be lucky, and this might be back in stock before the first double points. So I would be. Never ever, if something comes out new, like the Gingerbread 8080 and all those kind of things, you've got at least 2 Christmases. This will be out for a while, though, because if you think Reindeer Santa's Sleigh, that was out for 4 years, I think. So, and the upscaled range, obviously this was ridiculously popular. So they will more than likely be nice if they actually made another one this year and you had Mrs. Claus, maybe, and then they might retire those 2 together and then bring out something else, or they might bring another one out year after next. But yeah, this was very, very, very popular. So, and I know a lot of people still haven't got this. So yeah, you'll be absolutely fine. It will be available until at least next Christmas because it's not on a retiring list at all. So yeah, just keep your eyes peeled when it comes back in stock. Of course, it's available for back order, so you can order it and it will get delivered by the end of January. So it just depends on what you play with regards to what giveaway is available as well. So you've got to be, lasagna. Oh, Ultra Bricks. Enjoy your lasagna. Yeah, so either later on this evening or tomorrow. So yeah, not a bother. But yeah, a Warbird would be good, Ultra Bricks. The Belgian guy posted them yesterday. Happy days. So your Willy Wonka minifigures are on the way. And Shibo asks, by the way, I have a critical question for you guys. If anyone has the answer, I was getting some base plates to find out what the Lego retired the sand color base plate. Oh, yes. I haven't spoken to Jay yet. So you can buy multi-packs on Amazon for the sand. So it's fine. It's that because all of mine are non-official ones, but I still haven't found out from Jay where he got them from. So once I find out from him, I'll email you, Shibo. So they're all over Amazon. You can buy multiple packs. That's one thing I do not buy, which is official base plates, because they're too expensive. Yeah, no need to stress about it, Pink Do. No need to stress about it at all. So you've got 2-3 years for that. But if you're new to the game, you're either best off getting it in store in like a couple of weeks because the stores will have them all the time. Obviously, your best bet is to get them on double points, and potentially that Santa might make its way, depending on if you're from the UK or not. That might make its way towards the end of the year to other toy stores as well. But if you just stick with the Lego group for now, it'll be double points with a good giveaway is your best option. And as long as you get it by September, you'll be absolutely fine. Because I think people start wanting to get it again in October, but it'll be available all year. You get confused. See, they do it to test you, Shibo. They do it to test you. That's all it is. Yeah, Ultra Bricks has changed. It's got a nice bright background on that now. So rather eye-catching, which is good. Right. Oh, bag 19. Oh, why not? Why not? Let's do that as well, shall we? That's definitely supposed to be on something, so we'll leave that there because there's no way that's not supposed to be on anything. We're going for an hour and 15 minutes already. How are we doing that? Currently built in the toucan. What a cool! I really like the colour of its beak. I like the watermelon as well. So hopefully you're enjoying putting all of that together because I think it's a really nice looking set. At the end of the day, I don't think it matters what a cost of a set is. Bricks are bricks. They all go together. They all come apart, and you can build other stuff with them. So you should nobody should ever say anything about anything. And I do like that 3-in-1. I do believe we have Mr. J's toy collection UNK, and he's snotty. You're still got the plague. Well, in case you didn't realise, Jay, there's a weather warning in place for flooding, and especially with the area that you're in. So just be careful. Maybe, move a curtain in the next 2 days. Got the man flu. He's on. You've actually got some medication. Oh well, Jay. There we go. Look at that. Shocking behaviour. You're ill more times than you're well, I think. Especially this year. You've been ill all year. So you're the first person I know that's been ill all year. We'll see how long that lasts for. While you're here, Jay, Shibo has the question of SAM base plates and where to get them from. You're the man. I said you're the man. I haven't spoken to you about it. Shibo needs to know. Sort it out, and then you two can go tickling tips somewhere and start living the dream, because I have no idea where Jay gets them from, what companies it's with. All I know is he knows he is the man when it comes to the base plates, and he is the one that you want to speak to, Shibo. So there you go. Shibo Jay Shibo. We've spoken to each other before. But yes, they're also retiring the blue base plate this year. Caught it. Yeah, they're retiring the blue one. So why they're doing that, I have no idea at all. But no, the more I think about it, the more I think actually I'm going to do, I'll do another stream later on, but I'll open up the blacksmith and we'll just do it for an hour later on. Just chit chat about different bits and pieces. More than likely I'll get like one bag done, but we can just go over what we think tomorrow's announcements are going to be with the smart brick, how much we think it's going to be, have we actually found anything else out about it with regards to that kind of thing, and of course any of the rumors that we know of, because there's a lot of Star Wars stuff that has actually been happening, and it's quite hard to keep up with everything because you had the smart brick bits and then literally the same day what we got, Sandcrawler 8080, loads of non-smart brick stuff, Mando movie stuff, not Mando movie stuff. So yeah, there's lots of bits and pieces coming through. So you having a laugh? Having a laugh. Well, this is what we'll be talking about later on. So I wonder if they can't do it because of, I think surely they should be able to. Oh, maybe they're not allowed to do it for copyright reasons. But what? Scrap Daddy, good afternoon to you. How are we? Hopefully you are dry, fit, and well, and everything is okay. Jay didn't even know it was raining. Jay, it's literally flooding. There's a rain and snow warning on my laptop, and we got it for like the next 24 hours. It's like 90%. It is pouring down on my roof. Jay's like, didn't even know it was raining. Oh my days. So there you go, Shibo. That is actually what it is. So it's Lucky Bay is what it is. So on Amazon, LEKEBAY, and you buy them in individual colors or multi-packs. Yeah, there we go. Artistic brick. So Jay just doesn't, unless it's not toy related, has no idea what goes on in the world. I have to educate him on just world stuff, and Jay educates me on the rest of life and the important stuff. So between us, we kind of figure it all out. But yeah, I just thought I'd let you know, Jay, just in case you wake up tomorrow and your car's floating, just be a bit weary that you got your windows shut and you've stocked up on your beans because people are going to start panicking. They've only warned about this storm for the last 2 weeks, I think. every single one of my clients are panicking because they don't know how big it's going to be. It's like, oh dear, God, it's not going to be that bad, obviously. But this should have been snow, by the way. What we're getting now should have been the snowstorm, and it seems to be a bit of a wet one. So I don't think that's going to be happening. Well, I'm assuming that's what's hitting the ceiling. I'll stick my head out and be like, oh, it's snowing, but I don't mind what the weather is because I can get about in my truck, so it's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine and dandy. But yeah, we'll do another. I think we'll do another just an hour stream later on. Yeah, because I'll finish this bag. We'll finish about 6:30, and then we'll kick off again at 8, I think. Yeah, that's it. Well, that's what I'm assuming. That's what they're aiming for. Yeah, I think the main area that's been hit, Scrap Daddy, is the Midlands. I think we're like 80%. So it's like we've got centimeters of rain supposed to be falling. So yeah, it started to drizzle at 3, and it's supposed to be really bad for the next few hours. More than likely, it'll be absolutely fine. Yeah, Shubo, yeah, go by what Jay says, because he did test some before, and they didn't seem too good, and I wasn't happy with some of them because of the damage they would do to the minifigures' feet. But these ones, absolutely fine. And like I said to you the other day, if you just put the little hoppers on, like the little circular pieces from the Lego, and put the minifigure on top of that, you'll be absolutely living the dream. So yeah, you've got no drama whatsoever. But yeah, it's quite nice to get a few bags of this done, and then yeah, go live sort of 8 o'clock. Just get another hour of sort of build and chit chat stuff done, and means I can actually open up the other set and see what that's all about. I know it's a bit stupid having 2 builds going at the same time, but I'm not moving this. I'm not moving location of this, so. I can't figure out, oh no, where that's supposed to go. Well, figured it out. Look at that, aren't I clever? Is that all by myself? All by myself. So everybody that's taking part in the poll, thank you very much indeed. Everybody that's liked the video so far, thank you very much indeed. So it's close. It's close. So it's sort of vote to vote with regards to Bricklink and Smart Brick all the way through. Pokemon Zelda's 21%. And the superhero stuff has just been tootling around because nobody really knows what the Smart Brick stuff is all about. So we've done all right with this though. Just done a fair few bags this evening. This is really starting to look very, very detailed indeed, this, because you've got a scary amount of detail on here. Look at it. It is very, very, very pretty. It's just packed. It's just one of those sets which it just adds. I mean, that's now starting to feel quite heavy, whereas beforehand I was like, oh, which way is this going? But I'm still really confused with my olds. So I've got a hole problem, and you've got a shape problem, which I wasn't expecting to have. So I don't know if this is going to fit in front of the red roller coaster. So I might be in tears. You might be laughing at me. I might actually physically start to cry as I have to move the roller coaster somewhere else, and I'll have to change the room around for this to fit, because I don't want it really as a circle. I would like it straight. I think you see without having to sort of really look at it. Does that make sense? I think circular might be a better. Well, circular is definitely a better option for you to build up the minifigures and display everything. Whereas I've got it in a straight line. Like I said, it's just literally a queue line for me, straight in, straight out of everything that I want to do for the roller coaster. And if that doesn't happen, then well, I'm stuffed, basically. Stuffed and stuffed. But it's nice that you guys and girls are sending me lots of messages about your sets and things that are coming in. Obviously, sending me a load of photos in email and Instagram. I enjoy seeing all of those, and also respond back to everybody as well, which is good. So Yeah, if you are thinking of, because what is everybody's focus as a project for this year? Because obviously we all say we want to try and do X, Y, Z, but realistically, you can only get a certain amount of sets built within a year. So if you were to solely focus on one area, what area would you want to focus on? And it's obviously, if you've got like all the Krill house, would you then want to go more of a sort of mythical sort of area for a display, or is everybody just sort of building up their Billy display? Are you trying to build up a city type thing? Obviously, I'm doing the Ninjago to kick everything off, which I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the Ninjago and then focus on the Star Trek, and then the stuff to my left hand side will literally just be tiling between builds of it being ordered. So I've kind of got a three-way triangle on the go. I can't imagine much is going to happen with the Star Wars stuff on the floor, apart from it being placed with a couple of base plates, and then maybe obviously start the tiling as it goes. But with regards to sets and things, I've got my focus points on different bits and pieces. So what are you guys and girls thinking of focusing on as? Oh, I can hear the sirens outside. You know what that's all to do with? What? I don't. I cannot see. Got to be honest, the instructions are a little bit fruity. I'm assuming it goes on there. Yes. Yes, it does. So it doesn't actually stick on anything. It sits on the bit at the bottom. There we go. Me being an absolute pillock. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a look at everybody. Let's have a look at what's going on. So we are right. Scrappy says, got no interest in smart brick. Nope, that is fair enough. Shiba says, yep, picked up some green and blue official Lego base plates on the sale, $5 each. But those recommended, yeah, that's it. It's just too expensive. It's just too expensive, Shibo. So you got to do what you can do. I have some of the Elect Bay plates. Find them quite good. Yeah, that's what all I've got. All of these in here. For what I've done with a lot of them though is where I've done like the Marvel. Why not? I'm just sat here, so I might as well show you. I've done with that. You can see the path that's going down, but I've added in the official Lego bits on top, and then they can just stand. So there's the Joker, obviously just stood on there. So all of these are the non-official tiles, the base plates. Then I put official tiles down, and then I've added in all the hoppers like you get in the front of all the sets of the modulars. So I never ever have to worry about the feet getting too big. I don't think they would do them on that set anyway, but for the sake of just putting something down for 3p, I've just put them on top because I'm going to do that as a path. So I don't really stand the minifigures on them. So that's what I do anyway. So so Jay says current focus is Myth and Legions. There's a big dragon coming by the end of the year. Well, yes, it is about 23 foot wide. Lord of his Ring will be his Lego focus. Yeah, I think a lot of people might be going in for the Lord of the Rings and try and get all of the Lord of the Rings set built. I mean, it might make sense if you just focus on a theme, because I know a lot of people are going to try and get the Rivendell and the Shire this year, or they're getting the Eyeball and the Rivendell, whatever. So they're getting at least 2 big sets. And now there's rumours of this third one coming down. Yeah, that's a great idea as well. Yeah. There is 3D for that on the builder page. I use mine for the Mills plates. That's not a bad idea at all either. Yeah, the Mills plates is a great system. And obviously it's a better way of doing it with, but just if I started to do that, it will be biblically expensive. I've got too many base plates in here, so maybe one day, but I haven't got the skill, to be honest. Have not got the skill, but yeah. So I think focusing on one sort of area at a time and just building that up. I've only got into that way of thinking since the Winter Village display. So I kind of put it down, made a display, got maybe 4 more sets from mid-November to mid-December, and then all of a sudden chopped and changed it a couple of times and just left it. I was like, it looks really good. I was like, oh yeah, it's actually much more enjoyable seeing everything down and everything, and that way you can just leave it and then move on to the next thing rather than building one setup and then going to the other side and going to the other side. I mean, it's always nice to bounce between the displays, but I would like to try and focus on one and then just not touch it for a few months. A bit like what I've just shown you off on that. The minifigures will go down slowly, obviously, but my main focus point now is the Ninjago bit. But if I'm not doing the live streams and I'm not building bits and pieces and I'm just tooting around up here for half an hour, I can just do the odd bit of tiling in a different section. It's not going to affect anything else. But yes, after I did the that Winter Village display and how quickly it took shape, I was like, yeah, I kind of want to do that now with everything. I just want to pack it, do it. Like, that's why I did this to my right-hand side. That's why the track's down, ready for more track. That's why the train's in. So I've got what, D&D, Rivendell, the Harry Potter, the Shire. That's not going to move. Like, from where I'm sat right now, this is such a nice view of just all of the sets because it's all the minifigures I can see. All of the different kind of base plates are down. Obviously, it's only been shown on camera once, and you can't really see it. You're looking at it from the wrong way. But like this is my view from this side. So we are. Ooh, that's what I've got as a view. I just think that's a really nice view. You just got all the bits and pieces in there. Obviously, you've got Rivendell and everything up top and behind it, but yeah, I just think it looks wrong way. I just think it looks quite nice, and you sort of get down to that height. You got all the track and everything starting to go in. It's just adding all the other little bits and pieces in. So I want to focus on that bit after I've done the Ninjago stuff, and then just keep plodding on and going from there. So yeah, I'm gonna all in on Ninjago at the moment, and then yeah, we'll just sort of see what happens with the Star Trek stuff, and then move on. So yes, it's just different because now I've got it. I find ace. I don't have to keep moving it around and it breaks it. Yeah, well, so the boat. So what my thought process is, show off. I'm just going to give you a quick tour and show off my display now. So I'll stop sharing that and get that on. Let's get this unplugged and get that unplugged. Right. So my thought process for behind me is you've got the haunted house round by the loop coaster. So you've got those bits just there, which looks nice. But right where the AT-AT is, here would be the Enterprise, which then gives me the opportunity for the boat and the other bits and pieces, because I think all of that does look quite smart. And I haven't added anything else in apart from a couple of base plates and the actual figures it comes with. So that volume will carry round all the way around this table, to where the treehouse is. So that's the plan. That's the plan for that. But yeah, the big endurance thing, I think looks great. That big boat, I think, would work quite well. I was thinking to myself, could I tee off the Goonies and have the Goonies off the big Bricklink ship? But no, I think the boat will, if it's going to go anywhere, you can see it be over that side of my shoulder. But the Enterprise is going directly underneath the Death Slice. So, and then that's going to be my holodeck sort of display, which I think would work. Not 100% sure. She says, once I'm done with the shopping street, I'll be adding in a little Harry Potter and jump back to the touch of the city theme. Nice. Now jumping back into my medieval section, probably for a month. Yeah, well, your medieval section is going to go for forever, I do believe. Yeah, well, that's. I just did that for sizing, and it's actually worked really nice. That I think what I'd end up doing is actually having the main train, which is just here to my right. I think I'd actually have it behind the D&D castle. So when I'm not sat down, I'd see the front of the train right in front of Rivendell. But this is the other thing. If I'm going to be doing these other themes, like with the holodeck stuff and the other little bits and pieces, I will need the Wild West train, because it's the only train that scales with the Orient Express for a start, and they do Wild West stuff on the holodeck. There's actually a very, very good couple of episodes, isn't there, where again, like always, the safety parameters get taken off and they start getting killed by the start getting killed by the actual computer in a proper Western shootout. So it'd be nice to have that as a bit of a reference, because it's the same thing as the train, but you can get the normal generic characters on the two trains that are taking part in the holodeck experience from the Enterprise. But I need more than one carriage, like you would do with a roller coaster. So I'm going to need more than one train. So that Bricklink Wild West train, I think, again, doing the same thing, not building up the actual stand, just having the train and maybe the water tower and things. At the moment, I think that might be a must, and just have it sort of split up around that area, potentially. But that isn't obviously set in stone just yet, because I can't quite think of what else to sort of utilize and put there. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure what is the best scenario for it, but I'm sure you guys and girls can help with that kind of thing. Right, so Jay says, I've got 4 tables of length for the medieval space. Current sets built for it, 0. Yeah, but the boxes look good there, though, don't they? You've got it planned out, so it's fine. But yeah, when you start it, just go deep. Just do all of it. Create it, enjoy it, and then leave it. Because if you do one, like your city, you do one full-blown display, you can enjoy it every time you walk in the room, and then you won't touch it until at least you've finished all the medieval sets, and then you can tweak the city layout if you wanted to, and then you just start something else. That's how I'm going to do it up here. Otherwise, it's just too tempting to move everything all the time, and nothing ever gets built. I used to have a full city layout on Mill, says Brookford, downtown, etc., but took over the room with nowhere to display the sets. So now everything on shelves, so sorting that out. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I think so with the modulars again. Just use these two beside me. I'm doing everything I can to drag this last bag out. But like these two modulars just here, they look fantastic side by side. Because you've obviously got the path that goes all the way around, but because this is an L shape, the path goes round the back, and I'm just going to create the path going the other way, and then you've got the Lego Movie Lego Movie 2 section from the Joker and the Eyeball behind the shops. Because obviously this is the Gotham PD, and this is obviously the bank. It's in between my Marvel and DC section, so it could be used as it's obviously a theme park walkway. So yeah, I think the modulars look really, really nice just on an actual shelf and in an actual city display. I think they work really, really well. But I think it's whatever you for to do. That's why I'm being really strict with my buying of stuff this year. I know I'm going to miss out on stuff. But I would rather be more focused on different bits and pieces. And then if things sort of then fall into place and I realize I got a little bit more space, then I can maybe look at like a new land opening up in the theme park itself. But yeah, until that happens, I don't know. And Jay, Helm's Deep, I hope they will redo. Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see what they're going to do with the Lord of the Rings stuff. And of course, how big this other set is going to be. Yeah, Wild West is nearly set up with a big bit of track. Well, yeah, that's it. Your Wild West setup is going to look great. So maybe you get your train built. Maybe you could have that. You can have that done. That'd be we could do a dual train build together, Jay. That'd be exciting. To get you on the actual stream, you could be building and swearing to yourself with your chunky fingers and not being able to grab the pieces. 60. Oh, there we go. It's got to be a roof. It's got to be a roof panel. But no, this is honestly this has been really, really very nice to actually build. So as long as the last 15th anniversary set that still we don't know what it's going to be is like this, that'd be great. If not, they've peaked, and I'm going to moan because I'm obviously getting them all and building them I've built them as we've gone. But even the blacksmith, it looks is a big heavy build. So are we 64, 65? But yeah, you can just see how all of this sticks together. It looks very, very good. Of course, there it is. I know where this is going. I can see where this is supposed to be attached to. So I've built it properly. We should be doing the old Booker T spinneroonie and getting this on all right. Going for a 5 time. If I put this on the wrong way, I think I put it on the wrong way. It's gone well. It's gone very, very well. Yes, I have. I put those pieces on upside down. Can't be that difficult. Cannot be that difficult. Right, I'm not going to open up another bag after this, but we can have a quick look at the Lego website. Obviously, I'm going to go back on at 8 o'clock, I think, just for an hour, just so we can plod on and just see what life is all about. I now can't actually get this connected, so this actually might take me another hour to get this in. Why is it always the last piece? When I go to finish a bag, it doesn't work. I'm off by half a stud, I think. What is this? That goes all the way to the edge. That goes all the way to the edge and down. Was I really off by half a stud? Yes, there you go. What an absolute idiotic human being I am. I'm a disgrace to the human nation. Right, so that is this bit just here. And that bit all opens. Look at that. Who knew? You lot, if you've seen the reviews. But really, that way. Really, really very impressive. Still getting more and more wonky. So that is obviously bit that goes that way, bit that goes that way for the circle. But I'm assuming that is the depth. And then the next piece, I'm hoping, we'll see if we can put these together. Mr. Turturth did well. We'll be having the Helm's Deep for sure. 10237 is what Jay has just randomly typed. So 10237. I know my head's cut off the top, but don't worry. 10237. 1023 with a 7. Doesn't exist on the Lego website. That's a good start, isn't it? Oh, hang on. Hang on. Get up to there we go. Lego. 102 3 and a 7. It is £375 on eBay at the moment. I don't know why you do that on the Lego website. And then what you do, you type the SKU code into Google and it pops up. Why does it always do that? So it is actually on the Lego website. It's just popping up just now. The thank you very much tower, which is... So this is what you guys and girls are hoping that they're going to redo. Yeah, so it's a beast of a thing. It's a beast of a thing. The problem is that the price of it, well, to be fair, it's got a lot of bits. So the price of it is literally like the eyeball price, isn't it, at the moment? But it just depends if you can justify spending the money on whatever this was when it first came out. But it has got some length, hasn't it? So it's just under 3 base plates tall. So it's not the most shallowest of things. That's bigger than what it looks like on the box. So if you want to, I don't know if you guys and girls are going to start backtracking this or just hope for the best. So he says about £800 sealed normally. Well, 7501. I would imagine this isn't sealed. Build only. So yeah, would you want this sealed though, or would you just be happy to have it? So yeah, they're not cheap, are they? Oh, hang on, I wasn't even sharing the right thing with you, I don't think. That's the one. Yeah, so 375. And there's a few of them. But it depends if you'd want it sealed or not. It's the minifigures, I would imagine. You got to be careful it's not come out from a smoky home or anything. So, yeah, it's not cheap. It's not cheap. But the Lord of the Rings fans are just, well, you're all nuts, clearly. You're all nuts. You just want a long black length with a big walking tree with a chopper for a minifigure with a mushroom on its leg and somebody flying a huge eagle. There you go. Say that quickly twice because there's a lot to soak in. A lot to soak in on that. Right, let me see what this is doing with regards to this. So how am I doing this? That's the, I don't even know where the box is. So that's the first bit. I don't even know what bit this is. If that goes, right, can't go that way. And it can't go that way. Because that's just making a circle. That's my concern. How do they have it? Am I just being, I know this is an obvious question. Am I just being thick? Or am I going to get to the last instruction booklet and they're going to go, oh no, to make it straight, you've got to completely take it apart? Or do you have bits at either end? Because how have they, let's just use the website. I'm more confused now seeing these angled so sharply. Well, it doesn't make any sense because you can't connect, because that's as straight as it's going to be, which is still all wiggly woggly, because you've got the double hole, which I said about before. So you've got the hole in its backside where it kicks in, so you can create it as a circle. Look at this for top of the range. It's like Blue Peter, this. So you've got, that'll be your circle. You ram that together, and I would imagine you would probably want to put it on the other side. But you've also got the other hole where you pull it out, plonk it that way, and it creates like an S shape. But it's getting deeper because that is already a base. That's well over a base plate deep. So I don't think those two bits will connect because I've got holes on the other side. So if I did that and that, for example, you can see how that's just turning into a circle. So that's probably the way it's supposed to go for the big circular length, because then you've got the other bits. I mean, this is huge with regards to the space it's taking up, but I don't want it that way. So I wonder if you put something in between it. As I said before, that's a big kink on there. And I think that's a big kink. But yes, it's going to have to be like a zigzag. But by the box, it looks straight. Now, if it's deeper than a base plate as a zigzag, it's ruined me. And I mean ruined me. So what is actually going on with all of this? What is going on with this? Ninjago. Where do these pieces go? I've not built the biggest bit yet. Obviously, the biggest shaft is booklet number 4. Because it's wiggled, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, that does look kind of straight to me. So this bit is turned in. They've turned it inside out. So that bit is spun round that way. Because I said about this, didn't I? This bit in the corner, that's the bit that confused me, because you've got the flame and you've got the blocker. So at some point, I'm going to build that bit up. But that bit looks like it's kicking out the wrong way. So I've got the light just up here, but I've not built the flame or the bit that goes over the top of it. So I'm assuming that's going to come in at a later bag. But that piece that you're looking at there looks relatively straight. So this bit, that's the back. That's that kick bit. So just visualize what you're looking at. Get the trusty paste, but the plate out. And, ooh, hang on. Just this one piece. The kick on that is nuts. I mean, the overhang is, it's nowhere near. So if it's going to be like that and wiggle around and wriggle back through and wiggle around, but it's the connecting pieces where it kicks in, you can't take it back apart. So if it's going to wiggle, zigzag this much, it's literally going to zigzag more than a base plate and then come back through and be 4 base plates wide. Because the problem is at the front, you can't, how it's all layered over, you can't make that kink straight, look, see? There's nothing you can do to take that kink off. Because it's all super, super close and super, super attached. So this bit here is really kicked. But this bit is coming forward on that picture because it's the outer edge. So this bit is the bit that you see on the photo. This bit's then okay, but then this bit's really sharp. So I'm just hoping that there's another bit that comes off and goes back that way, because I don't think... Oh no, that is the bit that goes in next. That's the tree. So how have they done... Oh dear. Hang on. Right, so that's the window, that's the roof. Well, that doesn't make any sense, because they've got woo sat in that gap. So that's not actually connected. I don't think. I don't think it's connected. Have they connected it into woo? Can you see the photography trickery? Can you see what they've done? So you've got the kink. Hang on. So you've got the kink, but these two pieces, where you've got that pink bit is on the back of this smaller build, and then the next piece beside it is the start of the bit that I'm building now. Ooh. Oh, you can't see it. Bugger. Hang on. Let me show you. My bad. Yeah, try that again. So we'll try that bit where you got woo in the middle. Isn't I don't think it's connected, because you've got the roof facing that way. This bit here, this bit is what I've just built. This bit is what I've just shown off, thinking that you were seeing that bit. This is the woo sort of shrine. So that bit, the stairs on that is straight. So have they taken the pins out and not actually connect? I think that's what they've done. I think. I am lost. I mean, I'm lost all the same, but I think that's what they've done. Minifig, how are we? Love the chill vibes. Just started my Lego Star Wars channel. Happy days. Do you have any tips and advice on growing my channel? I've uploaded 9 shorts in 9 days. Yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. It's literally consistency. I've been doing this since 2020. So 2020, 2021. So it takes a while. It takes a while. Love the Death Star and the 80. Yeah, so yeah, they're okay. You got the little bits and pieces up there, and then you've got more Star Wars. You've got the big cheese and everything down at the bottom. So yeah, you got it's all big theme park display up this way. So yeah, it's all good fun. But no, with regards to what you're doing, obviously you need to build the hours up as well. So you need to make, basically the best thing you can do is try and link a short to a video that you've uploaded to the channel, and just get consistent with what you're doing, but just give yourself enough time to do it. So if you're going to upload like 2-3 videos a week, just do that pattern, and then build up and build up from there. That's all you can do. I'm getting very kinky in the loft tonight, Brickford. But you can see now, can't you? So let me show you this kinkiness. So that this is the cheeky bit. So this is the bit that's on the instruction bit. This is the bit that's supposed to be straight, which clearly isn't straight. I've got my pins just on there. Hang on, I know that's a bit of a sharp angle, but you know, you get the idea. But they've hidden that by the stairs and blocked it. So I don't think if I took these pins out, I think that's what they've done. I can't quite figure out how they've done it because I can't. How have they done that? I'm going to need mental assistance. If this isn't actually connected together, I'm not too sure if I'm going to cry or laugh. No, it can't be. There's no way that I know, cut my head off. I don't really care anymore. But look at it. So the bit that what you've just seen is this bit in the middle, just there. That is actually stepped massively. So I think they've just hidden it. But how? And they've just put that bit flush to that, and they've just hidden it at an angle. Or have they? So that's that way. So they're, which way are they facing? They're facing like that. Is that? Because they've hidden you can't see where the other pins are. I have no idea. I have no idea whatsoever because I can't make that at all. I'm going to have some tinkering and playing with that because that is obviously you're looking at it from the wrong way. So if you've got that bit, and that bit, which is obviously the opposite. Oh, here we go. That bit, and that bit is the wrong way. That's where the pins were that I've just taken the pins out. That is not going to go straight. But by the photo, the staircase is straight. That bit is butted up to that bit. And then they've obviously hidden that bit behind it. I think. I don't know. So we're gonna find out how that comes about. I could spoil the fun and look in the 4th instruction sheet. But out of spite, I might not bother. And because obviously we're building this individually. So maybe it does give you the option of just layering it out however you want to. I genuinely thought you would be able to have it with those 2 holes, circular or pinned together straight, but maybe not so much. These are the 2 bits that were supposed to be hidden forever. Clearly, they've done well underneath that. So I've ruined that. So that needs to come back on. Hide those back in there. Right, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some food, I think, and we'll go back on. What we are? We're 6:30 now, aren't we? Yeah, 6:30. So I'll kick things back off and again at 8 p.m. and we'll carry on with the blacksmith. So if you're bored and want to join me for the blacksmith, then obviously carry on. If anybody can actually physically figure out for me how this is going to be, I don't know. Not a problem, Minik Frolic, not a problem at all. Good luck to you with your Star Wars bits and pieces. Enjoy the rest of your evening and stay nice and warm. But yeah, so I'll let you guys go say goodbye to each other. Obviously, if you can like the video and all that nonsense, that'll be fantastic. I'll end the poll. And to be fair, this is actually quite positive. You're 21 votes, so obviously just having one longer poll, you get a better understanding of what people like. And it's a draw for Britlink and Smart Brick. I do need a poll idea for later on, though. So if somebody can literally let me know what idea you want for a poll later on, let me know. But I'll let you... Can confirm it pins... Well, it does pin together, Jay, but it's not straight. Because if it pins together, it's really kinked. So I think it's either a nasty Photoshop, because what it's going to be is that. I'm not going to push it together, but what it's going to be, I put the pins back in. It's going to be like that because that's the staircase facing forward. And then you've got the pins here, or the pins on the outer edge. So that's how it's going to be. And then it goes off that way. That's the only way it can be, because you've got the pin on that side as well, look. But this is such a sharp kink. So there's your staircase. That's the bit. So that's the staircase. So those two connect. But this is on such a kink. This is on a huge semicircle. We're going to go straight off from here. But this bit does not look anywhere near as kinky on the actual photos, because this is the bit where this is hiding and it goes in there. So that's where the two pinholes are. Because there's no other pinholes on this bit at all. This bit obviously kicks in quite a lot. But if I just, you can see that's it's miles off. So we are, good grief, got to be base plate and a half deep. Yeah, I reckon we're about base plate and a half deep on a straight. Just looks at the last page. There is options, is there? There's options. I could, like I said, I could. Booklet number 4. Should we see what these options are? Is it going to screw me over? Oh, it is multiple options then. However, right, you got the wire. We know about the wire. So the two bits. So there's 2 bits that I haven't built yet. That is the 2 bits I've not built. Oh, so it's actually pictured differently to what they've got on the Lego website. So there's another bit that's supposed to come off this bit if I wanted. That all goes, that's all together. We don't want that. Oh, then we've got 44. Oh, hang on. The options for in the booklet are how you pair them together to make a circle. That's it. That's all that it gives you. Oh, yeah. So booklet number 4. You've got step 515 and 516 are 2 2s, and those 2 2s then make 2 big kinks. So I've got to figure out where the other bit is. So I've got the 2 bits. There's 2 bits I've not built. But yeah, 515 is that bit in a bit that I've not built. 516 is this bit and the bit that I've not built. And both of those are half and half. So they've got to go in a different way. Well, if you lot were looking at the instruction booklet, you could have told me it was a different page. Good grief. It's on page 354 where they've got everything stepped up. So it does come out of Woo. So you're looking at this. That's what you're looking at. Not the circular bit. That's what you're looking at. But even still, that's what we were trying to do with this. So that bit is on that side. So that is still really heavily kinked. This hasn't got any pinholes in either. So they have hidden it. So this thing built has no pinholes. So I'm going to have to take one of these bits off to get a pin. So I've got to change the way that's done. And what you can see, if you are looking at this, by the way, if you look at step number 3, where I said I haven't built the flame comes off this and it goes to the very, very end of this. So I take 2 bits off, but it's basically going to be a W. Is what that's going to be. So until this is built, until this bit that I'm doing now is built up a little bit more. Booklet 3 is now uploaded, is it? That's right, because it wasn't when the stream started. So they've obviously heard me moaning. It's clever though, because if you guys are looking at this booklet, this little thing just here, which you built at the start, all of this comes apart. So you can see that they've stripped a lot of the edges off. Wu has the two bits in front of him. So there's two bits forward and the two bits behind him's come off. But you add them in at the end, like a book stop. And then you've got other removable bits that I've not built yet that will then connect through. So it's still not, it's deceiving, I think, because I can see how much it kicks. So depending on how much the bit that I've just done manages to go back off, because if you're now looking at page 355, that is, I do it every time. That bit is how much it's kicking back. So you can see it's coming back in on itself regardless. So that bit comes back into here, and then it looks like it's going back off, which again is quite a big, it's an L shape. So as long as it's not stepped by more than a base plate, we should be okay. But until it's until that bit's finished, which we'll be cracking on with weekendish, we'll have a look. But it's a good use of the shrine. But it's still what way is that actually facing? So if that bit was this bit, and I took that bit off, took that bit off and that bit off, because this is completely different itself. So if I took that bit off and that bit off, left that bit on, that bit goes down. So that's the bit. That bit goes into here, like that. These two bits are to the side. And then the staircase goes in at the front. Oh, that's going to be so tight. That's deceivingly dirty, is what that is. So that's how it's supposed to go. There's your back of your roof. That's it going in. That's it going in. That's you've got the back, I've got the front. So I'll spin it round. But you have got, that is going to be really very, very close for a base plate depth. I think you're probably going to be almost 32 studs in total. Almost, with how that is. Because if I now do this way, so you can see, that bit goes there. This bit goes round into there. This figure really doesn't want to stay on. And then this bit comes off the back into there. So that's it straight to a point. But from this piece to this piece, it is almost a base plate. Oh, okay. That is much deeper than what I thought it was going to be. It's definitely not straight. And then it depends on what happens here, because you've got a wiggly woggly bit here. So I'm assuming it kicks back off and it goes back through, which is the following page. It's going to look outstanding when it's together, but I don't know now if it's going to fit in front of that red coaster. So I'm going to grab some food. I'm now more confused than anything if this is actually going to fit, even with having a bit of a look-see, because the depth of just this one by itself is very, very deep. Just this bit here, that's a bit that I'm in the process of doing. I'll just put this together so nothing gets mixed up. You guys can go start saying goodbye to each other. Let me know. Round 16 of the best modular building poll of all time would be awesome. Okay. Yeah, we can do that. You need to think about angles, says Jay. Well, I am stuffed. I can't think about angles. I literally have less than 30 studs in front of that red coaster. So there's no angles because it is angled. It's not my fault. So yeah, this strips apart in the 4. Pretty cool though. Right, so we will try then doing a top 16. Well, what I do is give me your 4 best modulars, and I can just put them on. Or we can start with 5 poles with 4 modulars in each group as a suggestion. There we go. That'd be the only way we can do it. We either start that tonight, or we start that later on, and then we just do something. We do something else. So we'll figure out and think about it. So I'm gonna grab some food now, and we'll see what happens in a little while. So you guys and girls take it easy, and I'll catch everybody soon. Take care, everybody. Bye, bye, bye.